Just sign here, here, and here. Then we're done. My lawyer slid the divorce papers across the conference table. $5 million. Half of everything I'd built over 15 years. My wife, Sarah, sat across from me with her attorney, arms crossed, looking like she'd already won. I picked up the pen, held it over the signature line. That's when the door opened. My lawyer's assistant walked in holding a manila envelope. Mr. Carter, this just arrived. You said it was urgent. I set down the pen, opened the envelope, pulled out the DNA test results I'd ordered 3 weeks earlier. My hands didn't shake. I just read the first line, then the second. Then I looked up at Sarah. Her face had gone completely white because she knew exactly what was in that envelope. I set the papers down calmly. We're not signing anything today. Sarah's attorney frowned. Mr. Carter, we've been negotiating for 6 months. The negotiation just changed. These DNA results say I'm not the father. I looked at Sarah. Of Jake. The room went silent, and Sarah started to panic. My name is David Carter. I'm 38 years old, and until 3 weeks ago, I thought I had a normal marriage. Sarah and I met in college. Got married at 23. I started a software consulting firm immediately after graduating from school. She worked in marketing, then became a stay-at-home mom when our first child was born. Our daughter Emma is 10. Our son Jake is 7. The business did well. What started as me and one partner grew into a firm with 40 employees and $8.2 million in annual revenue. My personal net worth, $10.4 million. Sarah watched the business grow. We moved to an upscale neighborhood, took European vacations, private school for the kids. She drove a Range Rover. I drove a Tesla. From the outside, we looked perfect. 6 months ago, Sarah asked for a divorce. No warning. Just, I'm not happy anymore. I want out. I didn't fight it. We agreed to split everything 50-50. $5 million to her. $5 million to me. Fair, I thought. But something nagged at me. A comment her sister made 3 months before the divorce request. Jake doesn't look anything like you, David. I'd laughed it off, but the comment stuck. Then I started noticing. Emma had my eyes, my features. Jake? Nothing. Different build. Different face. Different everything. So 3 weeks ago, I ordered DNA tests. Just swabs from their toothbrushes. I told myself I was being paranoid. I was wrong. The signs were there. I just didn't want to see them. 4 years ago, Sarah started yoga classes 3 times a week. Women only, she said. I never questioned it. 3 years ago, at a company party, my partner introduced Sarah to a client named Marcus. Finance guy, athletic, work downtown. They talked for 20 minutes. Later that month, Sarah switched gyms. Better classes, she said. Wouldn't tell me which one. 2 years ago, Jake's 5th birthday party. Sarah invited a guy I didn't recognize. Mid-30s, well-dressed. That's Marcus. From my gym. He stayed 2 hours. Talked to Jake more than any other adult. Helped him with toys. I saw Sarah and Marcus standing together in the kitchen, talking quietly. When I approached, they both smiled at me. A year ago, Sarah's phone started buzzing late at night. Text preview before she grabbed it. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. She said it was her friend planning a surprise party. I believed her. 6 months before the divorce request, I came home early from trip. House empty. Sarah gone. Called her. She said errands. 2 hours later, she came home flustered. Fresh makeup. Different hair. Long errands. Stopped for coffee with a friend. Didn't say which friend. Then the divorce. Out of nowhere. I'm not happy. We've grown apart. She didn't mention Marcus. Just wanted half of everything. Sarah's sister's comment kept nagging. And once I really looked at Jake, I couldn't unsee it. He had none of my features. Emma was clearly mine. Jake wasn't. So I ordered the tests. The results arrived 2 days before signing. I was alone in my apartment. Moved out 3 months prior. Emma, 99.9% probability of paternity. Mine. Jake, 0% probability. Not mine. I read it 3 times. Sat on my couch. Stared at the wall for an hour. 7 years. I'd raised another man's child. And Sarah had let me believe he was mine the entire time. I didn't cry. Didn't rage. Just felt cold. Calculating. Because now I understand. The divorce wasn't about being unhappy. It was about escaping before I found out. I call my lawyer. Don't file the settlement. Something's come up. We're signing in 2 days. I'll be there. Just don't file anything yet. I called the DNA lab. Had them send official results to my lawyer's office. Time to arrive when we'd be in the conference room. I wanted Sarah there. Wanted to see her face. 2 days later, I walked in. Sarah was confident, smiling. Let's get this over with. No hard feelings, right? Right, I said. Picked up the pen. That's when the assistant walked in with the envelope. The moment Sarah saw the lab logo, her face changed. Color drained. Smile vanished. She knew. I opened it. Read it. Looked up at her. The negotiation just changed. These DNA results say, I'm not the father of Jake. Sarah's lawyer started to speak. Sarah grabbed her arm. Wait. Her lawyer looked confused. Sarah's voice was a whisper. David, please. Don't do this here. Tell the truth. That's all I'm doing. She stood, trembling. I need a minute, sit down, I said. Calm. Firm. We're going to finish this conversation. For the first time in our marriage, Sarah looked genuinely afraid. Sarah's lawyer looked at her. What DNA test? Let me clarify, I said. Emma is mine. Jake is not. 7 years. My wife let me raise another man's child. Her lawyer's face changed. Is this true? Sarah's hand shook. I can explain. There's nothing to explain. I tore the settlement papers in half. This divorce is now contested. Fraud. Misrepresentation. I'm not paying you a cent until we sort out what you're actually entitled to. Which might be nothing. I looked at my lawyer. Filed to halt proceedings. Then I walked out. Sarah's voice behind me. David, wait. I didn't stop. For 3 days, my phone exploded. 17 calls from Sarah. Dozens of texts. Please call me. I can explain. You can't just walk away. We have kids together. I blocked her number. Her lawyer called. Voicemail. My client is willing to renegotiate. I didn't call back. Sarah's sister texted. Whatever happened, you need to talk to her. I replied once. One of my children. Not both. Then blocked her. The silence was strategic. Sarah was used to me being reasonable. The nice guy. Not this time. While she panicked, I prepared. Day 4. I calculated what Sarah's lies cost me. Jake's private school for over 7 years. $126,000. Medical, insurance, activities, $85,000. College fund, $67,000. Vacations, toys, everything else, $45,000. Total, $323,000 raising another man's child. But money was just numbers. The real cost was 7 years of my life. I had a son. 7 years of love and sacrifice for a lie. I pulled up business records. $10.4 million net worth built over 15 years. Sarah contributed nothing to the business. Stayed home, which was fine. We'd agreed. But she hadn't built anything. Hadn't earned the half she demanded. Now I knew why she wanted the divorce. Get out before the truth comes out. Take the money. Disappear with Marcus. I searched for Marcus online. Marcus Chun, 39, financial advisor. Looked at his photo. Then pulled up Jake's picture. The resemblance was unmistakable. Same eyes. Same smile. I'd raised Marcus's son for 7 years while he played gym friend. I made a decision. Sarah wasn't getting $5 million. She wasn't getting half. I'd fight with every legal tool available. Not for revenge. For justice. She'd stolen 7 years and $323,000. She chose to lie. Now she'd face consequences. I hired a forensic accountant. Had them calculate every expense related to Jake. The report, $323,847 total. I hired a private investigator. Document Sarah's relationship with Marcus. He came back with photos. Coffee shops. Parts with Jake. Hotels. 3 times in 4 months during our separation. Text records showed 4 years of communication. Hundreds of messages. A family lawyer specializing in paternity fraud reviewed everything. You can sue for damages. Contest child support for Jake. And the divorce settlement. She'll be lucky to get 20%. I had her draft a counter-proposal. Instead of $5 million, I offered $400,000. minus $323,847 for Jake's expenses. Net, $76,153. From $5 million to $76,000. I also drafted a court statement. DNA results. Financial accounting. Timeline of Sarah and Marcus. Request for full custody of Emma. Finally, I messaged Marcus on LinkedIn. I know about Jake. Contact my lawyer for visitation. You'll be receiving a bill for 7 years of child support. Everything ready. Documentation. Records. Legal arguments. I scheduled a meeting. Counter-proposal and evidence. Come prepared. Sarah replied through her lawyer. We'll be there. She had no choice. The night before the meeting, Sarah called from an unblocked number. David, please. Can we just talk? About the kids. Emma misses you. I miss her too. That's why I'm requesting full custody. Silence. You can't do that. I'm her mother. You lied about her brother for 7 years. A judge will care about that deception. I made a mistake. We can work this out. You don't have to destroy me. I'm not destroying you. I'm protecting myself and Emma. Her voice hardened. If you push this, I'll fight. I'll make this ugly. It's already ugly. You made it ugly 7 years ago. Fine. See you tomorrow. She hung up. I knew what was coming. She'd be angry, defensive. Which was perfect. Angry people make mistakes. Conference room. Sarah sat with her lawyer, arms crossed, jaw tight, looking at me like I'd betrayed her. My lawyer laid out 3 folders. First, forensic accountant's report. Every Jake expense. $323,847 total. Sarah's lawyer flipped through it. You're claiming reimbursement for raising a child? A child that's not his, my lawyer said. That's fraud. Second, private investigator's report. Photos of Sarah and Marcus. 4-year timeline. Text frequency logs. Sarah went pale. You had me follow? I documented your relationship with Jake's biological father. Her lawyer looked at her. Sarah, is this accurate? Sarah didn't answer. Third, my counterproposal. I slid it to her. Instead of $5 million, I'm offering $400,000. Minus $323,000 for Jake. Net, $76,000. Sarah stared. You're insane. I'm being generous. I could pursue full damages and leave you with nothing. Her lawyer intervened. My client made a mistake, but she's entitled to what the law says, my lawyer cut in. Given fraud and an ongoing affair, a judge won't be sympathetic. I leaned forward. You lied for 7 years. Cost me over $300,000. Had an affair. You have no standing to demand half of what I built. Sarah's hands shook. What about Emma? Full custody for me. Supervised visitation for you until we establish stability. You can't take my daughter. I'm protecting her from a mother who's proven she'll lie about anything. I stood. Sign or take your chances with a judge. Sarah looked at her lawyer, desperate. Her lawyer looked at the evidence. I need to speak with my client. We stepped out. My lawyer looked at me. That was brutal. She lied for 7 years. This is mercy. 20 minutes later, they returned. Sarah's eyes were red. Her lawyer spoke. My client agrees to the financial terms, but she wants joint custody, not supervised. I looked at Sarah. She wouldn't meet my eyes. Joint custody, but I'm primary. Emma lives with me. Sarah gets every other weekend and Wednesday evenings. And if she lies about anything else, I file for full custody immediately. Sarah nodded. We signed. Sarah got $76,153. I kept Emma. Jake's custody would go to Marcus once paternity was established. Sarah stopped at the door. I am sorry, David. You're sorry you got caught. There's a difference. She left. Over 2 weeks, the truth spread. Families. Partners. The school. Sarah's sister called. I can't believe she did this. Her parents sent an apology. They'd suspected Jake didn't look like me. Said nothing. Marcus's lawyer contacted mine about Jake's paternity and visitation. He'd pay child support. 7 years backdated. Emma asked why Jake wasn't living with us. I told her the truth, age appropriately. Jake's dad is someone else. But you're still his sister. Are you still my dad? She asked, worried. Always. Nothing will change that. It's been half a year since I almost signed those papers. Emma lives with me full-time. She sees Sarah every other weekend. They're rebuilding their relationship. Whatever Sarah did to me, she's still Emma's mother. Jake lives with Marcus. I see him occasionally with Emma. It's awkward, but he's 7. None of this was his fault. Sarah got her $76,153. She moved to a smaller apartment and got a marketing job. Marcus pays child support, $280,000 backdated. My business is doing well. Emma's thriving. I'm learning to trust again. I don't hate Sarah. Don't think about revenge. I think about the bullet I dodged. If those results had come one day later, I'd have signed away $5 million to someone who'd lied for 7 years. Sometimes the truth arrives exactly when it needs to. If you're listening to this, maybe you're trusting someone completely. Maybe you're about to sign something life-changing. Here's what I learned. Trust, but verify. I trusted Sarah for 15 years. Never questioned. Never doubted. That trust cost me 7 years and over $300,000. I'm not saying be paranoid, but when something feels off, listen to it. Sarah's sister's comment nagged at me for months, but I ignored it because I didn't want to believe my wife could lie about something that important. That hesitation almost cost me $5 million. The DNA test saved me. Not because I was catching Sarah, but because I finally listened to that voice saying, something isn't right. Protect yourself. Verify what matters. Don't sign agreements based on assumptions. Sarah wanted $5 million for contributing nothing to the business and lying about paternity for 7 years. If I'd signed without that test, she'd have gotten away with it. Instead, she got $76,153. I kept what I built, not because I was vindictive, because I protected myself with facts. Know your worth. Protect what you've built. Never sign anything until you know the whole truth. Because sometimes the person you trust most is the one lying to your face. And the only thing that saves you is being willing to see it.